Hey everyone, it is Andrew. I am the designer of WarLayer and sort of all the models that you guys have seen in the campaign. I'm going to start doing a weekly video on the weekends, so happy weekend everyone. The response has been great. I didn't think we'd hit these stretch goals within a month, let alone a week. So I'm really excited you guys are excited about it. Also means I have a lot more designing to do. The initial kits and models will still go out at the end of the campaign, but some of the other ones will sort of get delivered in the order in which they get unlocked. First thing I want to talk about is the sort of scale. I've got a lot of questions about that in the comments. So this is one of the sort of building cubes from the Kickstarter video, and it's about 4.5 by 4.5 by 6. So it's a little big. It'll fit on most printers. So what I've been doing is trying some smaller scales. This is basically 85%, and it prints just fine. As long as you print all the pieces that connect together at the same scale, it should all slide together. Some of the tolerances might be a little funky, but let me know and I can make some adjustments for you. One of the other parts of the kit that might be a little too big are these bridges. They're about 8 inches long, which means they'll fit on some printers with wider build volumes. Ultimaker 2, MakerBot Replicator, MakerBot Replicator 2 Plus, you should be good. But what I'm doing is also providing these models sort of cut in half, and I'm going to provide a little joiner for them. So that might have to be glued together, but then you'll have a full-size bridge which you can use. Now, like I said in the video, the pieces are modular. So the way these are designed, there are slots in the bottom, so it can sit on the top of another bridge. There's also little nubs in the top, so you can have layers on top of layers that stack. So I'm going to show a little bit of what you can do with these pieces. So with those nubs, you can have a layer like this, which is a floor layer, and that just kind of pops on like that. It sits, it's pretty stable, as you can see. You can put, this is a regular Space Marine 28mm figure. You can probably fit, 5 or 6 of them, depending on how big they are, how big you base them. So these towers can sit as themselves on a table. We also have little guardrails that are almost like Aegis defense lines. So those just can kind of plop on there. And I designed them with 45-degree angles, so you can actually cover the whole top, and they'll fit, just all snap together nicely. And you sort of have this little defense tower, which is pretty cool. Now, if you want to connect the tower to another tower, there's a few ways you can do that. You can stack on top of it. So I'll show you guys that real quick. These are little tower connector pieces. They're pretty small. All they do is kind of snap in here on the side, like so. You can get away with using only 2, but if you want a sort of surface finish that's even, you kind of want to put all 4 on. So what this does is it just snaps on top like this, and it slots right in. Easy peasy, pretty stable. I trust my models on here. I know you guys spend a lot of time painting them, so I wanted to make sure it was stable. And it didn't fall over in the middle of the game, because that would be very unfortunate. Now, in the last update, I also showed off this new piece. So originally what I had was some of these printed with doors and with no doors. And I thought, well, that's not really that modular. So I developed a piece that acts as a bridge and also will fill a door. So all you have to do is slot this in here, and it just sits like so. And then combine it with this, and then it should, and it will, just slide on like that. So now you have this layer with a door on it, and it's also open on one side. It's pretty cool. Now I'll show you how to sort of bridge 2 parts together. So I'll take this off of here, leave that right there. You leave this part here, and I'll put another piece here to get the door out of there. Cool. So these are the bridges. This is a bridge without railings. We also have bridges with railings right here. So I'll use one with the railings to show this. So all you really have to do is just, let them sit, and it sort of sits in there like so. There's a little bit of wiggle room, in case your printer's a little off, it'll still print well. So this is sort of the main basis of, when I was building this was really exciting. And you could fit a bunch of guys on here. You could play it out any way you want. You could say walkers can't go through here. The other cool thing is this doesn't limit it. I can now also put models on top. So I have another section right here. So this just sort of slots on like so. and it actually keeps the bridge secure. So I could remove this, and this bridge will still actually stand up right there. I wouldn't recommend doing that, but it is possible. This is also a new part that you guys maybe haven't seen in the video, but this is like a roof base, or a roof layer. It's got some vents on there, because in the future everything has vents. And that also just kind of slots on right here. So this has been really fun to sort of build all these parts out. This one needs a little more adjustment on the tolerances. So another part of the system are these sort of towers. So these take a lot less time to print than the big towers. So if you want to build your table up quickly, I recommend printing more of these. These also actually interlock with the same height and these parts as well. So this is sort of a base right here. So this you need to just make sure this is lined up correctly, and then that slots in, and it makes it a lot more stable. So you can kind of rest your bridge on there and it won't fall over. So instead of using this, I'm going to make this walkway even further by attaching this here. So as you can see, all modular still fits together. And then if I want to make this a long bridge, I can take this, put it right here, and then continue the walkway. So you can actually make some really crazy catwalks. In the future, every futuristic world has catwalks for some reason, and with handrails or without handrails. Without handrails, you can actually fit some pretty large models on here. This is a broadside, so he can actually hang out there, be totally happy, and you don't have to worry about him falling over. This is a Space Marine Terminator, and they also will fit on these bases with railings, so it's a little realistic. Here's an update on the stretch goals. The shield generator is being designed and test printed as we speak. I've got two pieces right here. This is sort of the Hoth style shield generator, and I'm designing them so you can have multiple ones stacked up against each other. So these are really good line of sight blockers. The other part that I was working on is the sort of construction site update, mining update. So I actually designed this little guy right here, which should rotate, sort of like a crane, and that kind of snaps onto these pieces. So the existing towers can sort of have one of these guys at the end of it. I think it's pretty cool. I'm excited to see it painted up, and excited to see how you guys play with it. So that's my update for this week. Please spread the word. I'm really happy you guys are all taking part of this, and wave bye-bye, Crane.
Bye-bye.